Time to see what the wizards are up to.
All right. Hello, everyone.
A little slow on the technical end this morning.
You know, by the time the full lockdown has ended. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. I think today's going to be a pretty short stream, but I'm kind of afraid to say that because every time I say it, it goes like over an hour long. But I don't have a lot of planned content for today. We were thinking it would be pretty short, but we're going to take any questions that you have. So
yeah, we've got a really crazy week going this week. We have two kids going off to college this week. Tomorrow, our son Ryan, and on Friday, our daughter Sabrina, both heading off to UMass Amherst. So
with different move-in days for convenience.
Yeah. And for good measure, CJ, we're helping him move on Saturday. So we got
to Amherst.
So not for school, but for apartments. So we've got just a lot of craziness going on. So we decided we'll just do a relatively short one this week.
Yeah, but we will, of course, answer any questions that anyone has about anything, or we will at least try to do that. So just let's kick it off with our giveaway. So last week, Ryan O from Kansas, congratulations. You won an Ion Station playmat, which is super cool. I love the art on that one. You'll be, our support team will reach out to you to get your address to get that out to you. And for this week, so when we did our last meme contest, the winner was actually about Hero Realm. So we decided we would actually do a Hero Realm meme contest. You know, there's been a lot of emotions and feedback and thoughts on the app. And also lots of people love playing the physical game. So this is a great opportunity if you don't have the Dragon and Lich boss decks to, you know, voice your opinions, thoughts, ideas in visual format for everyone to enjoy.
I gotta say, those decks are super, super cool. So if you like playing one versus many, they are awesome for that. You can also play the Dragon versus the Lich one-on-one. Yeah,
and you'll have both, so you can do that. And we have two winners on the meme contest, so you can win by participating. So just liking or commenting on people's individual memes, so those will count as entries. Or if you enter an actual meme, that will be counted. So either way, there'll be two winners. One drawn from the or maybe it's the one with the most likes. I can't remember, but however we did the last one, someone that I think it's the person with the most likes on the meme gets one of the prizes. And Saffron, you can correct me in the comments if I have no idea what I'm talking about. And the other one is just for participating. We know not everyone wants to create a meme. If you've never created a meme and you're thinking this might be a good chance, there are apps on smartphones. There's web-based. If you just Google or look in the App Store for Meme Maker, there's super fun. You know, you can pull from images that exist. You know, for this purpose, it's okay for you to grab a piece of, you know, art as well, as long as you don't, you know, say anything offensive or anything like that. It's all in fun, so that would be okay too. So I hope to see a lot of fun ones. We've seen a lot of Star Realms ones over the years, many. So I'm looking forward to see what people come up with for Hero Realms. So let me just check the comments really quick. Game Freak says, more time for games. Yeah. Hey, everyone that said hi there. And let's see. So we are adding, I just wanted to, as a reminder, we have our stream schedule here at this link. And if you are a streamer and want to be added, you can reach out to me on social media or email me at debbie@wisewizardgames.com and we'll get you added to the schedule. or right into our support team, but they're pretty overloaded right now since we've been rolling out the beta. So if you want to just email me, that's fine. If you are on the schedule and your time's changing or changes, or you're not doing it at a particular week, just let us know. We can also make an update that way as well. And I'm excited. If you look at the schedule, you'll notice that we've added another time slot for Robert Darwin to be streaming. So if you like beating down the game designers, you're going to have another chance. So we've always been doing Wednesdays at 7 p.m., but I know that not everyone can join at that time because of different time zones. So we wanted to add one that was earlier in the day. So we now have one Friday at 2 p.m. So the Friday at 2 p.m. will always be Darwin Castle. So if you want to beat Darwin, definitely attend that one. And Wednesday we'll continue to alternate Rob and Darwin. So since it was Rob last week, it'll be Darwin this week. So this week you have 2 chances. Wednesday at 7 p.m. tomorrow night Eastern time, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So Wednesday Darwin will be playing Hero Realms this week, and Friday he'll be playing Star Realms. So part of it is because we now have Hero Realms and Star Realms that we want to be streaming. And so we'll be alternating. We'll figure out what makes the most sense. And we'd love to hear feedback as well. You know, if people are interested in watching Hero Realm stream or Star Realm stream, and you can also let us know by going and watching the stream. So that's another way that we get feedback on what streams are most interesting to people, is how many people actually attend the views. And if 2 p.m. at Friday is still not a good time for you and you would like to attend streams, let us know. Also, these are always recorded and available on our Twitch channel as replays. So if you're not able to watch these times, you can also watch the replay, but it's not as fun as being able to play them while they're playing, or, you know, see the commentary while they're playing. So I hope adding this new time will help more people be able to watch the stream.
And if you beat us down, you win 100 credits. And because the games are recorded, you can just play beating us on a loop and just, you know, watch it again and again.
Yeah. So Game Freak won the last meme contest. Congratulations. So let's see, where was I? So
we've got tournaments coming up at so for Origins and Gen Con. We are not going to be there with our big presence. Like normally we at these shows we have a giant booth and tons of events. But we still wanted to support games at cons. So we have Legend Series tournaments, and these tournaments are awesome. Ton of fun. If you win the tournament, you become a card in the game. So we will, you'll take pictures. Our artists will tell you like how to take pictures yourself with like lighting and such. Then we take those photos, make artwork in the game with your likeness, and that is in a future set. So it's a super cool prize. And the community is always a ton of fun at these events. A lot of great sportsmanship and tons of just really fantastic players. So we've got Hero Realms Legend Series on Friday at 1 p.m. at Gen Con, and then we have the Star Realms Legend Series Saturday at 1 p.m. So you get a chance to play Legend Series for both games. So you can play one or both. And we
win both,
be a double legend.
First person, that's the one in multiple of our games. Yeah. So, which is really cool. And then we also got back our events for Origins. So these are accepted at these times, so you can plan your schedule if you're planning to go to Origins. I don't know if you
so we've got
this one's actually a 2-hour one from 9 to 11 p.m. The first one.
So we've 9. So the Epic card game one, the first one on the list over here is actually 9 p.m. And the Learn to Play events are great. Basically, you can show up with nothing. We'll sit you down, give you games to play, and everybody gets a game who plays in the Learn to Play. So they're really phenomenal events. We've got the Hero Realms Legend Tournament and Star Realms Legend Tournament, just like we have at at Gen Con, we also have Mid-Origins. So basically, we've got Legend Series at both Gen Cons and Origins. We hope you guys can, anybody who's going to be at the shows, love to see you playing. And then we also have some learn to play events. So if you don't know how to play Epic, or or you have a friend who doesn't know how to play, you can learn for free and get some cards.
Yeah, and at Gen Con, we'll have Learn to Play. We'll be demoing and showing people how to play multiple of our games at Origins. We're keeping it relatively light. We don't have a dedicated table at Origins, so we're doing the 2 Legend Series tournaments, and then specifically Learn to Play for Epic, because we have the new Epic Duels product, so people will be playing with Epic Duels, which will be cool. So we're super excited about that.
And by the way, if you are going to a con near you and you're interested in running tournaments for our games, we would love to support you, like promote the fact that that it's happening, and we can potentially get you some prizes like signed cards or playmats or or cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we love you. So we love the community running events. People do it. People run events through the Board Game Geek and other and through the fan page, etc. Digitally, but also physical tournaments are great. So if you want to run a tournament in your area at a local con, or maybe something at your game shop or whatever, shoot us a line, and we'd love to support you. That's
just this past weekend we supported a tournament at I can't remember the exact name of the convention. I want to say that the Great Plains Gaming Festival, but it was in Nebraska. So we sent out some prize support, some games for them to actually use during the tournament, and prize support for the participants and winners, like similar to how we would do a promo card for participation in a tournament that we would run. So yeah, and we've done that for other tournaments as well. I know some people reached out to us about helping with events at Origins and Gen Con, and since we're not doing a ton this year, we weren't looking for as many helpers at the big conventions as we normally would. Normally, we need a lot of people at our booth, so we'll be looking again, next year at the big events, and going forward at these events when they run next year. But if you're going to a local convention that we don't go to in particular, we would definitely, be happy to support you to run a tournament. And as Rob said, if your game store has gaming space and, you can rally up enough people to run a tournament, we're happy to help with that too. So yeah, just reach out to us. Looks like we have a couple of comments. Some questions.
Yeah, sure. On Sorcerer right now, basically, we're getting in the process of getting the Endbringer stuff up on Tabletop Simulator. So the guy who does Tabletop Simulator has some of the sets. We're doing some edits to some of the cards, changing clarifying the wording, those sorts of things. And also getting a copy of the first draft of the rule book ready, so that we can post the rules on Tabletop Simulator with all the cards, etc. That is in progress. What will likely happen is we'll get a portion like a playable Nemesis up, and then continue to add content. But basically, we hope to have by the end of the month. We hope to have everything up. Might take a little bit longer, but at least we want to get a playable version for at least one of the bad guys, and then we'll add the rest shortly after.
Okay, great. Do you have an update on Kapow?
Just
go through
sure. So on Kapow, we've got we're doing testing on the various solo matches, and Larry from the Kapow team is lead development on that. So I did the design on them. Larry's doing the development. Darwin is also helping supervise the development on those. And we're pretty much done with all the things in the box set, and we're starting the process of getting those files ready for the printer on those. We still have some work to do on some of the stretch goal solo stuff to get it, balanced the way we want. But fortunately, it takes a little longer to print the stuff that goes in the box because you got all the extra stuff. So we're concentrating on finishing up those. I think we got final approval from the development team on those. I'm going to have to double check that. But basically, we're very close to done with everything from Volume 1 and Volume 2 boxes. And then we've got the stretch goal ones to finish up. And we are, in the process of getting those files ready for the printer, working on like the box insert, all those sorts of all that fun stuff.
So thanks, Rob. PAX Unplugged. So PAX Unplugged, we were thinking everything would be calm and everyone did be herd immunity, some positive things happening there. So our plans were that we were going to do typical size booth at PAX Unplugged, but we haven't actually committed yet to it, committed the paperwork to it. They tend to run late in their planning anyways, the PAX team, but we are waiting to see a little bit how things pan out with the different variants that are going around on the virus. But I think at a minimum, we would likely do a couple of big events like we're doing at Gen Con and Origins. Like we certainly have, some people that would be interested in going and running some events. Just to do a booth, we need a large team of people. And it's if the events aren't expecting to get the same level of attendance, it's a very large, to get the booth space is very expensive relative to the event space. So that's why, where we're heading is at least at a minimum to commit to some events, but we'd love to do attendance there as well, but we're not sure yet. So, and while our plan has been that we were going to do a full booth there, we right now don't know yet, but it's pretty close for us because we're on the East Coast. So I hope to personally be able to go to that one with Rob because we live in the Boston area. So it's relatively a close trip for us, but we should know in the next couple weeks on that. And
also, we were planning on going to Essen Spiel this year, but due to all the craziness going on with the Delta variant in COVID, we've canceled that booth. So we are very sadly not going to be at Spiel this year. We love the opportunity to see all our European friends, so it makes us real sad to, miss it for another year. But it's that show in particular is just so incredibly packed. It's hard to imagine that happening with the various safety precautions. So we're hoping next year will be better for shows because we really miss seeing you.
I would like to look at running digital legend tournaments. I know we did some last year, we did a digital tournaments at Gen Con. So we're not going to have that for Gen Con because Gen Con's actually coming up pretty quickly, and we're doing events in person there. But we are looking at, is there a place and a time when we can schedule an online digital Legend Series tournament so that, people who can't travel, many of us are not traveling, like Rob and I aren't traveling to these shows. So, we want to still give people the opportunity to participate in the higher level tournament. So we'll come back to you more when we finalize on a date, but I'd like to schedule our next digital one so people have that to look forward to if you're not going to conventions this year. And if you are, those who will go, I'm sure will have a blast.
So we got a question on
tournaments. So do you want to take that one, Rob?
Sure.
We don't have a formal program, but I think maybe because events aren't a lot of the big conventions aren't happening to the full extent that we normally do, we could come up with a little plan.
Yeah. So basically, for a tournament, I would like you to be able to handle at least 16 people, and ideally, ideally be able to handle up to 32. So if you end up getting a little bit less, we're not going to be mad or anything. But basically, the goal would be 16 to or up on the number of players. If you're at a convention, being able to handle like 32 or maybe 64. When we run something at like the biggest shows, we'll sometimes get into the like 128 player range. But for a normal size con, an average size con, you should like 16 or 32 should be pretty good. Maybe 64 if there's a lot of really excited people about it. But basically, shooting for at least if you think you can if you have space to do at least 16 players, then that's a really good number for running an event.
Yeah, and if you were interested in doing, if you don't have like that size of thing, but you're interested in doing like a learn to play at a couple different stores in your area, like that type of thing as well, to try to get more players in your area, that's the kind of thing that we could also work with you on as well. We do work with the Envoy program, which has the Herald program, which is a program of people that like to go to their local game stores and show games. So, we're definitely interested in that kind of thing. But for the tournament, we would like a bigger number of people, ideally. And what happens at conventions, just like if you're thinking, oh, this might sound cool and I have a local convention, is typically like the first year you wouldn't get as much attendance, but then each year you get more and more attendance as people hear about it and more people go and play and they have fun. So, you may not get quite as many the first time, but you can sort of set a schedule and expectations, and and over time it will grow. So we'd love that as well. So we have a couple different conventions where people run stuff and they do it regularly. So you can reach out to me directly, since if you send that to support, it's going to be forwarded to me. So Debbie at Wise Wizard Games, if you're interested in that, and we can chat. And Michael, I hope we get to pack some plug as well. He is local in the Philadelphia area, and I'm hoping to play his game soon, On the Rocks. It's a really cool game about making cocktails, and it has little marbles. It's really awesome looking. So here's someone. So not everyone likes to go to conventions. Obviously right now, especially. So that's why we think it would be a fantastic idea if people want to try to run some local game stores. So, chat with your local game store, chat with people that locally, and we can, help you out with that. What is the idea behind fatigue?
Okay, so fatigue is this is some in the weeds stuff on Hero Realms Digital. So,
I thought you were asking why are we so tired? We have.
So if you're asking about that, it's because we have many children. But fatigue in Hero Realms Digital. So basically, certain matchups can go very long. If both players are trying a control strategy, this tends to happen a little bit more with clerics. If you have cleric on cleric, those games can go a little long. Now, I've played hundreds of games of Hero Realms Digital, and I have never gotten to fatigue. But if your game goes long enough, we have a way to sort of cap the length of the game, and that's the fatigue mechanic. And basically, just you start getting damage hitting the players larger and larger amounts when you hit the fatigue threshold, which I can't remember. I think it's like 50 turns or some very. We tried to take a number of turns that was larger than most games would go, and then we put that in. So basically, it sort of prevents the forever online games where you're just going back and forth and healing yourself and not killing each other for for a huge amount of time. So we're playing around with it. Like basically, this is the beta right now, so we are trying out different things. It may be that we don't go with like we change the fatigue mechanic over time, but right now that's what it is and why we put it in.
So yes, Luke, I saw your comment up earlier. Deluxe Nova collection.
Yeah.
The delivery we got was not Deluxe Nova, unfortunately.
It was very sad. So basically, there was a delay at the printer with certain components. I believe it was the plastic dividers for separating out the cards, and basically the factory just has been holding the stuff, waiting on the delayed component sample, and so we've now told them just send us what you have now, and then you can send that last thing in a little bit, because obviously we want to look at stuff and get it approved, move it forward. So yeah, delay from the printer. We're hoping to get the first of the samples soon. But yeah, it was expected earlier, and last week when we saw we had a shipment coming in, we were super excited, like, oh, I think it's gonna be Deluxe Nova. No, it was not. So.
Yeah, for whatever reason, my FedEx alerts I get are like very vague. It's just like you're getting something from FedEx, and when I click on it, there's not a lot of information there, so of who it's from or anything. So, but yeah, so we're hoping to be getting that very soon.
Game Freak was saying, just wanted to make sure you weren't upset with my win. That's actually a great idea. If you beat me on the online stream, maybe I can just sneak fatigue into your games. And not really, just joking.
Rob gets really mad when he loses, especially if he like makes a mistake when he's playing games. He's like, oh, and I'm like, what? And he's like,
I'm not mad at my opponent. I'm mad at
he's
me.
mad at himself. He doesn't mind if he does everything exactly the way he should. It's when he makes an error and he loses that he would get upset. So, yeah, Game Freak's worried about you doing things in the app, Rob. Yeah, don't worry. We don't have any. Our guys would just laugh if we were like, "Hey, can you make us like win all the time?" If we had that, then I'd be winning a lot more. So, okay. Yeah, this person's saying they get those messages from eBay orders. Yeah, it's so frustrating to get like a message where like you're getting a delivery, you have no idea what it is. So yeah, Luke's happy to wait. We want to get it as badly as you do. We cannot wait. So, and I'm glad you're having fun with High Alert. But yeah, we are, constantly checking in. That's how we found out that, they're waiting on this other one component. So we're like, no, just send everything you have now and send us that component after, when it's available. So I think we've answered, but let me just scroll up here and make sure. Does anyone have any questions that I did not hit on here? I'm just going to make sure I didn't miss anything. That was a Deluxe Nova collection. Yeah, I think oh, wait, there's some new comments. Do these go up video? Yeah, so these go up. Hi, Chris. These go up on demand. So you can find the weekly streams on Twitch as available as replay on our YouTube channel. If you just search on YouTube for Wise Wizard Games, it's called the Wise Wizard Games channel. And also on our Facebook Wise Wizard Games page. So I'm not that great at navigating to videos, but if you go to a page and you can find the place where all their videos are listed, which there is a place like that, you'll see, because I checked to see if these were being archived, you'll see these there as well. So, so yeah, if you want to go back and watch them, you totally can. And the other thing that we have been doing, which is more recent, is Saf will go through and like, if we talk on a specific topic, like, hey, the new Hero Realms Kickstarter is coming, later this year, they will create a clip of that and post that video up on the Hero Realms social media channel. So when Rob talks about the Star Realms Legacy product that's coming out, there's a video that's been clipped and posted about that. So again, also they would be on YouTube and or on the social. The clips are usually on the social media channels for the game. So So basically the point is follow us on all our social media channels. I did my marketing job for today, Rob. But if you do that, you'll see the clips when we cover stuff. So I saw briefly, Timothy asked about the Legend series, Hiram's Legends tournament. So do you want to just quickly touch on that, Rob?
Yeah, so we have Hiram's Legend tournaments and Star Realms Legends tournaments at Origins and at Gen Con. At Gen Con, it's a Friday, 1 p.m. and Saturday, 1 p.m. And at Origins, we've got Hero Realms at 11 a.m. And on Friday and Saturday at 11 a.m. for Star Realms Legend Series.
We don't have a date yet, but we'd like to do a digital one.
And we're looking at doing a digital one, but again, no date currently.
I need to talk with Joel because he is the one who does a lot of hard work on those online tournaments. So there was a question, Rob, about, let me go back to comments. Hiram's Digital. So if you time out on an online game, how is XP handled? And can you also just comment on XP with challenges? Because I know there's been a lot of comments on that.
So in Hero Realms, when you play online games, win or lose, you gain experience. And that experience helps you level up. When challenges initially, they were not giving experience. We are going to make challenges grant experience, and we are looking to implement a system. It's not yet in place yet, but what we're going to be doing is basing experience on how far you've gotten in the game. So we're going to have a minimum number of turns that you have to play in order to get full experience, and each turn you play up till that will give you a percentage of the experience. So when you play a normal length game, you're just going to get your experience. But basically, for those games where people time out or some other thing happens and you only play a portion of the game, then you're only going to get a portion of the experience. So, for example, if you started a game and you played no turns, you would get no experience. If you just started the game and conceded or whatever, and each turn you play, it's a little piece of that of the total experience, and then when you get to max, when you get to a certain number of turns, you're at the full experience, which is 50 for a win and 20 for a loss, I believe. And we're going to be implementing that in challenges as well. We also have some bonus experience for if you play someone who's higher level than you. And we might tweak how much bonus experience you get, and those sorts of things. So again, we're in beta, so we're trying different stuff out. But that's the system that we're going for.
Yeah, I'm excited about those changes. So, and Joel's testing them right now today. Joel, the question I was asking when I mentioned your name, if you're like, wait, what? Was I'd like to schedule a digital Legend Series tournament at some point. Not in the next month, but at some point over the next few months. So I want to work with you to figure out when's a good time in your schedule for that, because we typically run those on the weekend. So yeah, so you can think about that and we can chat about it. If you're not on social media and you want to get in on a digital tournament, how can you find out about it? So there's a few different.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Okay, that's okay. So if you play our games, we generally will advertise these things in the game. So don't just ignore when you go to our apps at the beginning, there's like a slider of images that will show you important information that we want you to see. So that will include things like our stream schedule or big tournaments that are running, or hey, a Kickstarter is now kicking off, those kinds of things. So that's one way. Another way is you can subscribe to our mailing list at wisewizardgames.com. If you go to our main website and just scroll down to the bottom, you can subscribe to that. And generally with the really big tournaments, we would do a dedicated email. So we try to be descriptive in the subject lines of what the topic is, what the big topics are in that email. So you would see those. I find email to be a good way, but and then also our Discord channel has an events. If you go to wisewizardgames.com/Discord, if Discord is your, channel, we basically try to get our information out on every channel that people like to follow. So it depends on how you like to get your information. Did I get everything, Rob? Are there any other?
Yeah, if basically maybe Board Game Geek, they do some tournaments. Again, I don't know what sort of line of which things they social media style things you're on. Obviously, Facebook is probably the one you're not on, and that there's a Facebook group which is pretty good for finding tournaments. But all the things Debbie mentioned, and you could also check out Board Game Geek. They occasionally run tournaments as well. So.
Yeah, and for someone was saying here, for online legends, for fan run legend, let's just say, will we be able to challenge at a specific level? Well, before you answer this question, Rob, I just want to say the fan pages are also a good place to get information, but they are on social media. So there are fan created Discord channels for Star Realms and Hero Realms, which if anyone wants to share those links in the chat here, we can share them out to everyone. There's also fan created Facebook pages, and there's fan run Board Game Geek tournaments, and there's 2 podcasts, the Mega Home podcast for Star Realms and the Realms Rising for Hero Realms, which they also cover things like that if you like listening to podcasts. So sorry, Rob, do you want to?
Sure. So basically this obviously is geared toward Hero Realms. So if we do a Star Realms Legend series, we should be able to just put it in the app fully. So basically it'll just appear as a tournament in the app, and you'll be able to sign up for it through the app, just like all the Star Realms tournaments that we have. Hero Realms does not have tournament functionality yet. It's in the beta. And so if we do a online tournament with that currently, it'll be with our old system of people challenging each other, also for fan run tournaments. And the way the challenges work in Hero Realms, which when people challenge each other, whichever player has the lower level character, both characters play at that level. So as you level up your character over time, the game keeps a little snapshot of this is what you were like at level 1, at level 2, at level 3, at level 4, at level 5, etc. And then if you challenge a friend with your level 9 ranger and they accept with a level 3 wizard, it looks at the snapshot. Okay, what was your ranger like at level 3? Okay, that's what you're playing against, the level 3 opponent. So when you challenge in the app, you get the same level for both players. So if in your fan run event you want to have certain levels, then people will have to get their characters to whatever levels those are for the tournament. But basically it'll be fair level wise because you're doing challenges, it'll automatically equalize the levels.
Okay. Do you want to comment on rank really quickly? Because I know we've gotten a lot of questions about. There's a lot of discussions about people wondering how that works.
Hero Realms has rank, and it has level for each character. So basically, you don't have it for your account as a whole. You have it for a character. You create a new character. You start out at level 1 and bronze rank. And the rank is based on your wins and losses. When you win games, you add stars, and you get enough stars, and you go up to the next thing. So you start out at bronze 1, then you're bronze 2, then you're bronze 3, then you're bronze 4, and there's different numbers of stars you need to collect in order to go up those up that ladder. And as you lose games, stars go away. As you win games, you gain stars, and so your rank can go up or down. This is basically what your win percentage is like. The reason we have that is to be able to pair people in fair fights. Like basically when we pair you up against somebody, we want it to be a good battle where you got about a 50-50 chance of winning. And so that sometimes if you're a really, really skilled player, you might get to a certain rank with a relatively low level character and play against people who are usually higher level than you because their skill at the game isn't as good. But again, you should be at about 50-50 on your win percentage, because if you lose games, your rank will go down, and then we'll pair you up against easier people. If you win games, your rank will go up, and we'll pair you against harder people. Level, on the other hand, that just always goes up. When you play games, you gain experience, your character builds up experience and then levels up over time. And when you level up, those are permanent changes to your character. And so you're always progressing up in level, but your rank can go up and down. And obviously, as you get higher level, your character will be more powerful. You'll likely win more games against lower ranked people and work your way up through the ranks that way. So basically, you can, so the rank is basically what your win-loss percentage is like. So we can give you as fair a fight as possible. And your level is your character gaining skill and power over time.
Thank you. Is there a list of known issues for the Heroes beta? So I know at the alpha, we had a list of known issues posted in the Discord channel. So I am going to suggest that that's probably the best place to have that. But if Joel is on and still listening, and if there is a place where it's already publicly available, you can share it here, or we can also post it in the Discord channel. So if you're playing in the beta, I highly recommend you join our Discord server, which is, you can go to find a permanent invite at wisewizardgames.com/Discord and go to our Discord server, and there's a channel in there specifically for Hero Realms Digital. So Joel hasn't started one yet, but this is something we can put together. So obviously internally, we have a list of feedback. We've been getting a ton of feedback. Some of it's, more feature requests, some of it's bugs. So, but I know I saw one on a group today that was really specific. So I think it is a good idea to make a list. But yeah, I would recommend, if you're not part of our Discord, to join. If you're playing the Heroes beta, to join the Heroes Digital Discord channel in our Discord server. And that's where we'll post when we have that list available. And that's also, a good place. We like people to send things in through either the report. What's the button? What does it say when you put a bug in?
Feedback. There's a little feedback button in the upper right-hand corner.
So the best way to give feedback on the app is to actually use the feedback button in the app, because that way you also have the option to send a screenshot along with it. Another way is to send an email to support, and we share those with the digital team. And Discord is as well. It's just, for us, putting it in through the app puts it in a central place for us. So and then we also, have a bit more information on it. So that would be the best place. Joel's like, yes, please join. And then you get to hang out with Joel and other players, and you can chat with each other. And also, as Shaw mentioned above, there is the Discord for the fan created Discord as well, which I encourage you to join. And any fan created resources, we're always, I think everyone knows this, but we're happy to promote those. We're happy to have you, post about those here, or shoot us a link to our social media channels, and we can do a shout out for you. And if you tag us, we will generally, retweet stuff and share stuff as well. But if you have a specific thing that you want to announce on a certain date, you can send us that information. We can plan to post about it too. You don't have so we can we're happy to do a coordinated effort. And we love that, people are creating stuff and making more places for fans to talk. And we're can never have too many Discord channels, right? So
speaking of shout outs, I see Peter said hi. Hi, Peter. Peter Schultz, the designer of Sorcerer.
Happy birthday, Peter. Today's his birthday.
Yes.
We recently had Adam's birthday as well on the team. We have a lot of birthdays lately. Okay, well, I think we've answered all the questions. Oh, shout out for the support team. Saf helped Game Freak out earlier. Very fast response. So yes,
great.
The support team staff has been working all hours of the day and night, and they are not on the same time zone as us. They are in the United Kingdom. So yes, they deserve a shout out. And we've added another person part-time, Nathan, who's been jumping in and coming up to speed as well. So yeah, so thank you. Chris also says support is awesome. So yeah, I've seen so many people getting their answers. So please, yeah, if you have questions about, if you're having any trouble getting the digital product or with anything, you can email support. When we do a launch or we're running a Kickstarter, support tends to get a much higher volume than normal.
Especially with a digital Kickstarter.
Especially with a digital Kickstarter. So, be patient, but I know the team, I did check in. I mean, the team's been getting back to people generally like within 24 hours, which is fantastic considering the large number of things that are coming in. And, things come in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for us. So, and, we have a relatively small team. So be patient, but, as you've said, they're doing an amazing job. So, yeah. We're lucky.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Explains the 3 a.m. email.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye,
everybody.
Thanks for coming.